Lymphoedema is a long-term debilitating condition which affects a large number of the population. Living with lymphedema can have a significant impact on one's quality of life, the effects of which can extend beyond impaired physical and social function and have a major impact upon the patient's emotional capabilities. In this video, we present a real case story of Doreen, who for a long time has been suffering with lymphedema and tells us of her experience.
Quite bad, really. I could hardly walk. To walk was agony. My knees were all over the place when you walked. You could feel them, loads and loads of movement inside of them when you walked. I used to go to the gym, swimming and I can't do that anymore. And the knee, I've been in hospital 3 times because the knee's locked. So then when it locks, I can't walk at all, can't do anything. And it's also, when you are walking, you're so self-conscious of these legs that are so huge. You know, you feel so embarrassed with them. It's awful. And also, it's like walking with blocks of concrete, trying to move these big blocks of concrete every step that you take. And they hurt. The legs hurt. To make a cup of tea was about as much as I could do. Making food was impossible. Doing everyday jobs, you know, I would have to do a little bit, sit down, do a tiny bit, sit down. But I mean, when I go away, I dread going on holiday, because I always have to go and get some penicillin off the doctor before I go to take with me, because I always end up with cellulitis because of my legs go absolutely huge, you know, with the lymphedema, with flying and that, and it's just a nightmare.
Doreen's case is quite complex. She had been struggling to find someone who could help. She had been to 4 different hospitals, only to be told simply to lose weight. But then she met a consultant at her local orthopaedic hospital.
I met him, and he immediately knew it was lymphedema, and he even said, "You've got lymphedema in your arms as well," which I didn't know. I just thought they were fat, and he said, "I can't operate because the lymphedema is too bad." He said, "But if we could manage to get them down somehow," he said, "I might be able to operate."
Doreen's consultant suggested she try using compression therapy and for her to see him again in another 3 months.
I didn't realise that there was so much self-management that I could do. I mean, it took me years for me to persuade my doctor that I had lymphedema in the first place, because he would never believe me. He just kept saying, lose weight. Everybody ever did that.
Doreen started using Lymphocyst in her own home. The results were remarkable.
It's improved dramatically. Now my legs are stronger. The knees aren't all over the place. They haven't stuck since. You know, because of the fact that the bone is so worn, it's sticking. But because it also, you see, has strengthened the muscles in the legs that I can't do because I can't walk.
Right.
So it has actually strengthened the muscles, and because it's strengthened the muscles in the knee are strong, and so they're keeping the knee in place. So it's made a tremendous impact. I can walk a lot further. I'm not in agony. Not in the agony I was in. I don't have to take as many tablets for painkillers anymore. And as well as the fact that they've gone down dramatically. I can wear now different trousers that I haven't been able to wear for a long time. When I went to see the consultant, I'd only been using it for 6 weeks, and he was shocked at how much I'd lost on the legs.
Using Lymphocyst daily, Doreen's legs have reduced in circumference by up to 7 centimetres in just a 6-week period. She has lost over a stone in weight and fluid. That's the equivalent of over 6 litres of water, like this. And it didn't stop there.
In fact, it was only just before Christmas, Justine had measured them, and then I saw her a fortnight after Christmas, and 2 inches off here and here on each leg, and that was just in 2 weeks. Because of the fact that the lymphedema and the lymphedema has now been breaking down such a lot that we begin to see a lot, even more results now than we were before. Well, since I've been using the Lymphocyst, which has been absolutely brilliant, I just can't, there's no words to say the difference that this has made to my life. It's so easy to use at home. I don't have to go to see Justine every time I want to use it. I can use it at my leisure. So it revolves around my life, lovely. I can still go out for my lunches with my friends to the garden centres, etc. And have a great time. And I can come home and do this when I want. I always do it at night time. When I'm watching the television, it's great. Make myself a drink, sit there watching the television, and I do this.
The future looks far more promising for Doreen. In her own words, it's like a new lease of life. She has many things now to look forward to.
Because I've come down so much, my daughter's taken me to Barcelona for my birthday. But I definitely would be taking that on holiday with me, because of the fact that it makes such a huge difference. I'll be able to enjoy my holiday for a change. I just can't get over the fact that in 2 weeks I'd lost another 2 inches, because I was worrying that it may be they'd only go so far down and then it'd stop. But it isn't, it's still carrying on losing it, which is just great.
For further information about Lymphocyst home care, ask your lymphedema therapist or visit www.lymphocyst.com.